Hi, I'm Tim from the Discovery Department at Owenda Provincial Park, and we're here at a spot in Owenda's forest that a really interesting mystery played out. We're very curious about these very large diameter sugar maple trees, and the only real way to get an accurate idea of how old a tree is to count its growth rings. So back in 1998, a group of us came here to this exact spot, to this exact tree. And with this particular tool, it's called an increment bore, we were able to take a center core out of this tree. And here's a representative sample of a tree core. And when you're able to literally count each individual annual growth ring, you'll get an idea of how old it is. And what happened here, initially this was thought to be a mature tree of 120 years. But when, lo and behold, we started to count the growth rings from this sample, we were counting literally in decades, to the point where it ended up that this particular tree we estimated to be over 260 years of age. So, given that 150 is the arbitrary age that we determined for old growth, we accidentally discovered that Owenda had an old growth deciduous sugar maple forest right here under our nose. And later we determined it was about 285 hectares in size, and these forest giants were the indicator and gave us that perspective that a large part of our forest area had never been completely cut, even though this area was logged for select species like red oak, white pine, and the other codominant tree in the sugar maple forest, American beech. So you can see a few characteristics of this particular tree. The bark is sloughing off at the bottom. If you're looking up higher into this particular tree, you'll see those branching patterns of the very large trunks, almost looking like a full tree up above, concentrating all that growth right up in that light gap. And so it was a neat story to find out that Owenda had an old growth forest, and still does. And these trees are getting to the end of their biological lives now, but they could well live for another 50 or so years. So a little mystery, and certainly a great surprise to us that day.